Welcome back to The American Dream. We've got a great episode for you today. We're going to check out one of my favorite parts of Southern California. It's going to be a good one. Let's get it started.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Today we are going to tour Orange County with a mother-daughter-son trio, Lisa, Fianna, and Gio, also known as Team Helou. They are going to show us what the Orange County lifestyle is all about, and it all starts with Newport Beach. All right, what are you going to have me do over the next couple days?
I want to show you what it's all about down here, the lifestyle. Bikes are huge down here.
Yeah, I mean, biking's cool, but I heard you're taking me to a listing with its own dock and Duffy. What on earth is a Duffy?
We'll teach you how to
Duffy. Oh, teach me how to Duffy. All right, let's do it. Okay, Lisa, this feels like a community that a lot of awesome people live in. Would I know anybody who lives here now or used to live here?
There's quite a few. John Wayne lived down the way. Shirley Temple had a house here for years. Charlie Chapman lived in that house right across the way.
Do each of these homes feel different? Like in this one, for instance, it's like a Cape Cod, but modern twist, like very comfortable.
The beauty of Newport.
Yeah.
Every little area, even every little street has its own just charm to it. It has that little uniqueness that sets it apart from the others.
Would you call this a deck?
Well, we just call it a retreat patio because so many people now love to live out on their patios. So it is initially 1,000 livable square feet out here, and you could easily fit 50 people.
And if your guests overflow, they just send them on in the Duffy. You send them down the dock and they can go on to the next house.
Well, speaking of, we have a little treat for you. We are going to take you out on the Duffy.
Really? I get to go see the Duffy?
Absolutely.
Okay. Seth, what's up?
How's it going? Are you ready for the water?
I am ready. What's up?
So who's steering this thing?
I think I am.
High and take it low. I'm feeling right from head to toe. Light it up and let it roll. Here I go.
Woo, Duffy time.
Are you ready? Ready to go? Are you ready? Ready for me? Oh my mind.
There's obviously boat culture here and surf culture. Would you say
Duffy
it's more
culture.
boat
Duffy
culture
culture.
or surf culture?
I think it's Duffy culture. Essentially, this whole electric boat thing started when a guy named Duffield, he was a kid. He wanted to take his parents' boat out in the middle of the night, but he didn't want to wake him up. So he somehow found a way to take a golf cart engine, fasten it to the side of this just rickety old canoe, and that was like the first prototype of the Duffy.
He still lives on Bayshore.
Yeah, he does.
And he's been the mayor. And
I think you have to be the mayor after you invent the Duffy, and it's that prevalent
Yeah.
here. You kind of have to become the mayor of the town,
Right?
just by principle.
Yeah.
That's right.
A young boy who drowned, him and his friends were heading to Catalina.
And they didn't know at the time that there was this humongous wave coming in because he couldn't see the wave coming. And then by the time he saw the wave, he went to turn and the boat capsized.
After that, the dad went on like a 10-year mission, the rest of his life essentially, to get the funding to build these jetties. Yeah, because before they built these, the harbor was like, there were sand dunes in here. Like, it was not at all what it looks like.
It wasn't
now.
safe for
Not
anybody.
safe, no. So great for surfers, like like a nightmare
At
for
certain
like
times of year.
navigating.
Anything else?
But in the 20s, this man raised $2 million.
Wow.
What?
Nothing severe has happened since, except that as a result, on this side of the jetty created the famous wedge wave.
Anytime there's like a south swell that comes in, the wave goes and hits the jetty and then reflects off of it. And then that reflected wave meets another incoming wave. And that's when that peak happens.
Sure.
And those can reach 30 feet.
The first people to tame the wedge were a group called the Wedge Crew. As the Wedge Crew grew, so did attention from locals and outsiders who watched as the body surfers rode the big waves.
We'll do what we want. We're gonna make our own way anyway. We're already out the door. We gotta be free when we wanna be.
The popularity of the wedge soon spread and the body surfers were joined by boogie boarders and board surfers. Fights for the big waves created tension between the competing groups. In 1993, the Wedge Crew became so frustrated with the boarders that they took their grievance to the courtroom and obtained a blackball ban, meaning that, to this day, it is prohibited to use any boards during peak daytime hours in the summer. The Wedge Crew are still body surfing.
Make no mistake, it's a setup. Ain't gonna stop, ain't gonna let her. You told me straight that I'd regret it, but I'm already gone.
Although the feud between the body surfers and the board surfers was intense, Gio took me to the beach to have a closer look at the wedge and to meet Hans and Gigi, a body surfer and a board surfer who are happily married, proving that when in love and at the beach, we can set our differences aside.
Hey guys. Good to see you, Gigi. Yeah. Hey Hans, good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is Cara.
Hi, what's going on? Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you two live in the area?
Just up the hill.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we were just talking about the wedge and how gnarly it is, and
I used to
what a
surf in
crazy
high
thing.
school.
See, there you go. This is the
How
guy
long
to talk
have you
to.
two lived here?
I've lived here since '74. Yeah, but I used to come down as a kid.
Do you still surf?
Oh yeah, I still
Okay.
surf. She's a bodyboarder.
That's
She's
great.
Little Croix del Mar.
Oh, it's a great spot. Yeah. Yeah, right over there. Yeah.
Summertime, go there and push her in some waves, and she loves it. She's a little fish.
So
we go swimming 500 feet out from the shoreline. I go, hey babe, we're a little bit out.
Yeah, you're like, how do we get in?
That's
Maybe turn
nuts.
around, and she's still a water dog. She's going out further, and she'd just go to Catalina if I didn't stop her.
That's awesome. So I have to ask, what was it like coming to the wedge in high school?
Well, you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because you can get hurt out there.
Yeah.
People do get hurt out there. You have the rocks to deal with, and the wave's very powerful, and you have to be in the right place at the right time. And if you're not in the right place at the right time, you're going to get hurt.
Right.
So,
Any close calls?
No.
No?
I was younger and maybe a little braver, and
Sure.
Now I would think about going out there because, you know, it's a young man's game. But I know older guys that go out there and they shred. They do really well.
Yeah.
This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins.
So Kara, this is the world famous wedge.
Okay.
And today you can see the waves are huge, right?
That's right.
A little calmer than what I've heard.
It looks a little bit like Lake Wedge, which it is sometimes that way, but in the summertime when the swell's right, you can have waves 10, 15, 20 feet high, and it's serious out here.
Wow.
So say someone moves here, they love the area, they want to come and experience body surfing. What's your number one piece of advice?
Well, there's a lot better beaches north of here. There's safer beaches.
Stay away.
This is not a learning area.
Understood.
This is an area where you have the pros.
Well, that's what makes it so fun to come and watch, like when there's that south swell
Right.
and you get those 15, 20-foot peaks.
You can learn from the pros.
Yeah, and I love seeing all the kids lined up with their their cameras, watching their friends that are out there. It just makes a huge community of surfing, just fun and family. I like it a lot.
Oh man, well you two honestly are the embodiment of what I feel like this area is, and I can't thank you enough for
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
This is where it all begins.
Next up, we're heading into your neighborhood to find out what's going on in the real estate market with a local real estate expert.
Hi, I'm Rex Buchanan with Portland Realty Team and Keller Williams Realty at Portland Central. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about my house. You've been here twice before, but this is day number 3. As you can see, things have changed a lot. We've got a lot of sheetrock done. The trim is now finished. This wall is open to the entry, which is nice. The entry's been made much more generous because in this location there was a closet. And in this location, there was another wall, which brought us down to the dining room. Opening this up to the dining room, you can see from the dining room to the living room, and it's gonna be really great for parties and entertaining. We're really excited about it. The kitchen, we've had some of the cabinets installed. We've gone with walnut lowers and white uppers on the outside wall. Should be really dramatic, especially when we get the quartz installed. I'm pretty excited to see it. They're installing the quartz today, which we're gonna be talking about a little bit later. This is the boys' bathroom. We've got 2 sinks for them, as well as 3 banks of drawers. They're wrapped right now to protect them during construction. But the quartz is going in today, which is super exciting. And then we've had the tile work on the shower partially completed. It needs to be cleaned up and the tub surround. So I think that'll be great. There's a nice big shelf for them to store their shampoo and whatnot, and then a little light to transfer into the house from the hallway. So one of the things we decided to do on the house is build out the trim, and so we've actually got a flat piece of trim, and then we have a piece that stands proud, and it casts a really nice shadow line you can see, so when the light comes around the house it gives it kind of a sculptural effect. I think it turned out really beautifully. I'm excited to see what it looks like with paint, and once the house is completed, have the sunlight hit this house. I think it'll be really, really dramatic. It's gonna be great. Well, one of the things we chose to do with the siding is have a skip run pattern. So you have 1 thick piece, 2 narrow pieces, a thick piece, and then 2 narrow pieces again. And it just kind of breaks up the siding and gives it a little extra flair. This is Caesar with Galaxy Stoneworks. He's gonna be talking to us a little bit about quartz countertops and installs.
That's the idea.
He's been a pleasure to work with. Come on, let's take a look. Tell me a little bit about why it's important, the difference of installing the sink with silicone versus undermount brackets.
Well, you still need the silicone. The silicone still has to happen because the silicone is what I create that seal for the water. The sink set is what it adds the additional extra protection. So the sink is not going to fall down the road.
Sure.
Yeah, because things can happen.
So Caesar, tell us a little bit about the process of making a template for a quartz countertop like this.
Okay, so we use a digitized template of your cabinet. So the template comes here. It comes with the laser guided computer system that take dimensions of all your perimeter and the front of the wall. As he's doing that, the computer is drawing already all the countertops. And so that is the process that gets the template that goes into our facility. Over there, the programmers get them and start creating the program or the different machines and things like that for the countertops.
So is this cut on site by like a large scale plotter or laser cutter, or how does that work? I imagine it's machine driven.
Correct. So all our machinery is computerized and laser guided. This one they cut in the water jet. The machine does the initial polish, and then every job that we do, we hand polish just to give it that finished touch.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. I really appreciate you coming out.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's looking great. I'm really excited to see the final product. thanks for coming out. I really appreciate you watching the show. I really want to thank Galaxy Stoneworks and Caesar for coming out and telling us a little bit about quartz countertops and how it is that you install those. And I really hope you'll come back and check us out when we have the product a little more finished than it is today. Take care. Bye.
Now we're taking you back to Newport to grab a bite. You might normally expect us to take an Uber, but of course, when in Newport, there was only one way to travel. Okay, so I was gonna ask when the Uber was arriving, but now we're in a Duffy. Are there Uber Duffys?
No Uber Duffys yet, which is actually a little surprising. But you do have like the really cool Balboa ferry here, which takes people from the peninsula to Balboa Island, which is right over here. And that's been running for over 100 years. Owned and operated by the same family.
The Beak family.
Yes. Where did this town originate? Like, where's the heart of Newport?
I don't know that there was one specific, but if I had to say, I would say somewhere along Coast Highway and down here on the peninsula.
Thanks for having us, Katie.
Our pleasure.
You know, we really wanted to show Kara one of our favorite places to come eat and drink.
Well, we've got something special lined up for you guys tonight.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to eat. I mean, I've never pulled up to a restaurant on a Duffy before, let alone a boat. So
Very unique experience.
I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's do it.
This is so beautiful. What sets this restaurant apart from any others?
We have a really unique selection of drinks and food. We have one called the Hotel California, which is really beautiful and it's really delicious. It's a good like wintry kind of drink.
By wintry, do you mean strong?
Oh, all the drinks are strong.
Well, with all this talk and all this Duffy writing that you guys have had me doing, living the Newport lifestyle, I'm starving.
Yeah.
So
let's get
we are
a round
excited.
of drinks and a round of food.
Cool. Cheers. Cheers to Newport, Duffy's, and the American Dream.
I just came to have a good time. Now everybody inside. Feels good all night. Yeah, everything is here, right
It's been really fun to learn about Newport, but one of my favorite parts about this show is going into your market. Let's hear from an expert.
Hi, we're Sarah and Amber, and we're in Portland, kind of an eclectic, vibrant city. We're known for keeping Portland weird. But what does that mean? That can mean a lot of things to a lot of people.
Yeah, like for me, I grew up watching my mom get tattoos, and when I was 18 on my birthday, we went and got our nose pierced together.
And I did not grow up doing these things. That was considered weird. But that's kind of what's so cool about Portland is that you can be yourself here. It's self-expression. And so you have a CEO walking down the street with tattoos up and down their sleeves of their arms and a shaved head and piercings, and it doesn't hurt the credibility of their professionalism.
No, it's just self-expression. So we kind of come by, talk about self-expression on American Dream TV today without including my favorite hairstylist, Kahala Orion. He's the owner of Koi Pod. I don't know if you remember, I used to be brunette, but now I'm blonde. I don't let anybody else touch my hair.
We're also going to be looking at a few other things, tattoo artists, piercings, so let's go.
I'm here with Kahala Orion, who's the owner of Koi Pod, and we only have a moment with him. He's super busy. Thank you so much for letting us come in, and obviously thank you so much for doing the amazing work that you have. I've done my 80s hair today as a tribute to you because that's what you did for me the first time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're always keeping up with trends, though. I think that's kind of what makes you popular, and you're an artist, right? You can do anything. It's not just this. You do the eclectic, like dyeing and shading and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just curious, how many people come in and just say, do whatever you want, and they have no idea what they want to do?
About 1% of the people do.
Very few. And do you like it, or are you worried? It makes you nervous?
I hate it.
So if you could do anything to Sarah, what would you do?
Put her hair in a ponytail.
Oh, there you go. From
So
the
we can see her
genius
beautiful face.
Stay tuned. Oh, I like that. You're hired. Stay tuned. We're putting in a ponytail.
We are here in Hollywood District specifically, but surrounding us we have Beaumont, Alameda, Irvington, Laurelhurst, North Tabor, just a plethora of different neighborhoods.
They're all really coveted neighborhoods, but what makes them unique is that they have a wide range of different types of properties. We've got new ones, new construction, old, historical, but yet they all have the same sort of price point, which is why we brought Tram here today, because there's something a little interesting you might not know. A lot of people think to afford these types of homes, they'd have to put 20% down.
Guidelines underwriting in the mortgage industry have changed so drastically that we don't actually have to have 20% down anymore. You can purchase a home with on the higher end prices with as little as 5% down.
Today I'm actually going to be getting something pierced. And it's actually a little something. It's a little outside of my comfort zone. I have quite a few tattoos that I kind of keep under wraps, but I am gonna do something that's a little out there for me. Let's go before I chicken out. We are here with Jesse and his colleague Jason, and Jesse's actually my family's tattoo artist, and honestly I love coming here because it is like a family. It's the Ritual Arts family. My question is, you know, the Pamela Anderson tribal, or yeah, I guess it is barbed wire?
Sure.
Yeah, and then the tribal on the low back. Can you tell me a little bit? I know that those maybe have started to phase out a little bit, or are they coming back? How often do you see a trend and how long does it stay? And then do you see the full circle of it coming back?
I think trends stick around for a while, but tattooing is also becoming more of an art form and less of just kind of sticking pace. Like they're looking at the entire body as a canvas and trying to incorporate all of it instead of just areas of it.
When you were mentioning that people start making it more to a body expression, when I was younger, I didn't think much about my tattoos. I just wanted that big. Now it's more, it has to have meaning. Is that something that you see too? You're seeing more of the meaning side of it?
I think it's still there, even if it's even if the meaning is really vague. Someone's getting the tattoo for a reason.
Absolutely.
Even if
it's just
right?
a look. Yeah. Even if it's just because it makes them look good.
Totally. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Here with my professional body piercer, Seven, who also happens to be Jesse's life partner and one of the owners. Jesse and Seven both own Ritual Arts. So I've been fortunate enough to get pierced and tattooed by both of them now. And Seven, I have to say, that was probably the most calming piercing experience I've ever had. It was a very meditative, calming situation. Like yeah, going into it, thank you. I just have to say.
What I thought was interesting about this experience is that you always know tattoo artists are artists, right? But I didn't realize how much art went into piercing. And Seven's been telling us about curating, so maybe you can explain like the art side of things.
Right, so curating is something that's been around for a very long time, since the piercing industry has been an industry. Now it's more popular these days to take a look at someone's ear and look at the anatomy of the ear and let your client know which piercings would look best for them and what is suitable for their anatomy and for their lifestyle.
So it's sort of an aesthetics where you're looking at the angles and there is this sort of, that the art comes in there.
Yes, that's exactly.
Yeah, not everyone can do that.
Yeah, it's true. You have to have an eye.
Yeah, of course. To make the right decision for the ear.
Yeah.
So it's good to know there's people like you out there.
Absolutely.
Just another reason why we love it here.
We're known for keeping Portland weird, but we're hoping that we showed you a little taste of the self-expression of Portlandians.
So is Portland weird? You be the judge.
See you next time.
South of Newport Beach is the artistic enclave of Laguna Beach, where Team Helou is also well known. We took a trip to see an incredible property with expansive views and a very unique way to take in the city while you're on the balcony of the master bedroom. Laguna Beach is a small coastal city in Orange County, California. It is known for many art galleries, coves, and beaches. Main Beach features tide pools and a boardwalk leading to the paths and gardens of nearby Heisler Park. Trails meander through coastal canyons in Laguna Coast Wilderness Park. Just imagine if this place was your backyard. Well, that's the case for this next home.
What do you notice when you first walked in?
I can't help but notice that insane view. It's literally panoramic.
Every room has a view, including the sauna and the spa. It's all about the view here. And Laguna Beach has just all different levels of views. Like at the end of this street, you won't have the view this house has.
So that's Main Beach right there. And the area around there is called the Village. And really being able to see that and see the whitewater waves, it just takes this view to like a whole new level.
Every level, he's extensively used glass balconies, not to thwart. Your view will never be obstructed.
And at night you see like all the city lights. It's really, it's incredible. And Catalina and San Clemente Island, it's
Sunsets are perfect.
This is really dreamy.
Yeah.
It really is dreamy. When you're out here, you really feel like you can feel the city. You can see the water, you feel the town, you can look at other people, but it's still so private.
That's what I love, the contrast of the house, our listing in Newport, and then being up here in Laguna, because obviously you're on the water there, but here it's a whole nother type of element, and this is just as breathtaking could get.
Iconic Laguna Beach.
Right. Off the line appliances, you have the granite countertop.
Timeless classic details with minimal ornamentation make this the clad perfect gourmet chef's kitchen.
How many bedrooms are in this house if it's got a gym on top of all of them?
3 bedrooms,
Okay.
3.5 baths. And this actually could be converted to a large bedroom. It could multi-purpose room. It could be a family room, it could be a hangout room for your kids, a fun room, a lot of options.
And we saved the best for last.
Oh!
Look at this cool spa.
Wow.
Right off the master bath, view of the water. While you're in the water, I mean, it really doesn't get any better than that.
It truly doesn't. I mean, this is better than an infinity edge because you are just relaxing in your own world. No one can see you. As open as it feels and as much as you can see the view, nobody can see you.
That's right.
Pretty epic.
Yeah.
This house really speaks for itself. And there's outdoor spaces off of every room.
Every room, the bottom level as well. Not to mention the house has 4,435 square feet, and it's a saltwater-based water system, security system.
You name it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I feel like this house appeals to a lot of different people. Who do you see living in it?
Actually, I think exactly what you said. This could be an older couple, this could be a family. Options are limitless.
Yeah,
it really is something for everyone.
Truly. Yeah.
Artist, Laguna Beach being very artsy community, home of the masters.
Artist, musician, family, couple, could be anything. Well, you know what? You guys showed me another good one. I feel like I got the idea of what Newport offers, the idea of what Laguna offers. It has been a great couple days with Team Helou showing me the lifestyle of Newport and Laguna Beach. Before it was time for me to leave, we took it to the beach for one last sunset, and I got to live out one of my 90s fantasies. We'll see you next time on The American Dream.
We could be shameless.